Good afternoon and welcome back into the Nexus gaming series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves already here in Cursed Hollow with two bands coming out. Welcome in for this best of three, our first of two this evening. And I know you're sitting at home wondering how we got here. I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be gillyShark, and they won the coin flip, an uncommon thing for them, as they will opt for map pick priority for game number one. Dragonshire and Alterac Past were banned up by gillyShark. Spooky Booky Bois, we're going to ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. And as gillyShark, we mentioned, is going to be the map choice team, they have chosen to take us to Cursed Hollow for game number one. Let's get back into our draft and see what we have here for our first few bans. Uther and Cassia from the side of gillyShark, and it looks like the respect onto Samuro and a Abathur will be that choice as well. Going to quickly do the caster thing. By the way, a fun fact for casters out there, make your cursor size smaller. It makes the game, basically makes it so people don't notice your cursor as much. Either way, Sonya will be the first pick on the right-hand side for Spooky Booky Bois. We are here in our Nexus division, so this is going to be the division right below the Heroic, if I'm not mistaken. Or Storm Division, exclamation point NGS MMR will give you all that information. Kaimo won a flip. Yes, Kaimo won a coin flip. So with that, we are going to see a Malthael Tychus on the left-hand side for the side of gillyShark. A lot of percent-based damage coming out from them between the Malthael and Tychus. The other thing to consider as well is that you have the poke potential from Tychus with that with the grenade. Malthael has a lot of just harassment value when it comes to being able to kind of dip, dive, and dodge into the backline. So we'll have to see what happens with that, as we do have a Vala and an Ariel to come out from the right-hand side. Is there a bait for a Cho'Gall here from the right-hand side from Spooky Booky Bois? It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Sorry, I'm reading through the names just really quickly as well because I didn't pre-read the names of Spooky Booky Bois. Shady Tree, thank you for the follow as we are getting into this. Let's go ahead and see what our next bans are going to be as we are into the second half of the draft. Right-hand side will need a main tank, but it is looking very Cho'Gall. It's a possibility of a bait. Going to be in a Noob ban, as there is a little bit of a worry of the web wrap, the dive ability, because you could really go into something like a Sonya Leap into a Noob burrow, so you can layer the CC on top of someone and really blow them up. Diablo will be the grab for the side of gillyShark. A lot of good damage here. What's the follow-up CC? Is there a Tyrande to come out from gillyShark to be able to get the Lunar Flare after the Shadow Charge overpower? Going to be a Brightwing. Phase Shift gives you a global. You have Big Burst and Healing into the Diablo, so you can really, really help out that Diablo who dove in deep, or even the Malthael. I really actually like those choices right there. Spooky Booky Bois, you gonna be my favorites, or are you just going to play standard? I would assume it's going to be standard. I don't expect a Cho'Gall here. Something like no, not a Dahaka. Actually, ooh, Mei for main tank, and then Medivh. Okay, so it's a bit of dive between the Sonya, Medivh, and Mei. Vala and Ariel will just kind of be in the back line. Ariel will be having that battery in Vala to build up that hope bar, so they'll have healing consistently. It'll be just cooldown reductions. I think that'll be the biggest issue for Ariel when it comes to that healing. Last pick for the side of the gillyShark. They need I was going to say they need a little extra damage. I was thinking maybe a Hanzo potentially, but it's actually going to be a Kael'thas looking for spread bomb value. And here's the thing, this Kael'thas value is going to be really strong because you are going to be able to kind of poke at the enemy teams, and you will be able to also kind of spread them with that living bomb value that might be able to kind of peel a little bit and help out the members of gillyShark to find a single target pick. But on the side of Spooky Booky Bois, they've got a really good draft put together so far. I'm really looking forward to this from both sides. That's not a Cho'Gall. It is not a Cho'Gall. gillyShark like Gillyweed are no relation. There is a relationship, yeah. These people were basically, from my understanding, the gillySharks came around because it was a bunch of people who played games with Gilly, and when there was a bunch of community stuff that started to pop off, they created a team and called themselves the gillySharks. And that's kind of the correlation right there. So go ahead and get your Twitch prediction votes in. We are going to dive on into our first game this evening, our first best of three. Let's see who takes this. Let's get on into Cursed Hollow. On the left-hand side, we have the members of gillyShark. Whoops, you don't need to see my rates or anything like that. We have Veggies on the Diablo. Chest Looter will be on the Tychus. We have Stark on the Kael'thas, Kaimo Tripson on the Brightwing, and Zergy on the Malthael. For the right-hand side, we have the members of Spooky Booky Bois. Shirefair on the Sonya. We have Zura on the Vala. Mar will be on the Medivh. Gel is going to be on that May, and we have Sakari, I believe, is going to be on the Urel. Let's go ahead and check out our level 1s and see what our first engagement could potentially look like if anyone actually steps into each other. Looking through our level 1s as well, nothing crazy out of the ordinary. We are going to have that Searing Light for the Ariel, though, so it is going to be one of those things where I think this Ariel is going to be expecting to heal something like the Medivh or the May in these like deeper team fights, and that little extra damage, I believe, yeah, you'll deal damage to the enemies as well. So I think there's a little bit of value with that. We'll see how it works out for the members of Spooky Booky Boys, as Tychus has already rotated into bottom. A little bit of harassment, I think, in this rotation, but no one going to get caught out on either side. Diablo, very aggressive positioning right now. Gel doing a great job of providing a target to waste cooldowns, but not realistically like in any sort of threat whatsoever. Like, it's the opposite of the Ralph on a bus, ha, I'm in danger. Like, this is just like, I'm fine. I'm just hanging out. We're good. And with that, we will be seeing gillyShark split off. Send, looks like Stark and Kaimo trips in to grab the camp on the left-hand side. Ariel, I was expecting maybe to start the camp, but Vala's still actually in bottom lane. Range versus range. Chest Looter seems to be kind of matching, but winning out when it comes to wave clear. This is going to be a bit of a late camp from the side of Spooky Booky Boys. They are actually going to be grabbing... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm dumb. Excuse me, chat. This is actually perfect timing from Spooky Booky Boys. And let me correct myself. I didn't look at the objective. It is going to be in the top lane, so that does allow the availability for this Bruiser camp to push in through mid, and then you grab the Siege Giants, and that will threaten bottom lane throughout the first objective phase. And actually, this is the correct call. Sorry, that was my mistake on reading the mini-map on that one. And gillyShark, they're going to do the opposite, because this mid lane Bruiser camp is a little bit more impactful for them, while we are going to be seeing that first objective in top lane. Malthael could get some extra siege value from the Siege Giants. Shirefair is a little bit low, and into the Malthael, that could be risky. Zergy seems to be clearing the wave. I wish, like, I watch this happen all the time in when I cast, but I never see it in my own Stormley games. Zergy going in, trying to get that last little bit of damage. Is it going to be enough? Shirefair is going to hearth away. Damage over time won't be enough. Zergy trying to apply that mark again, but unable to find the Sonya. If Sonya got the spear slam, that would have been the kill into Zergy. That's such a close team fight right there. I guess 1v1. And now we will have the announcement for the objective. May did come up here as well. Zergy hearth full all the way back, but we have Stark rotating up into the top lane to catch any of that soak, as well as make sure they continue to grab these regeneration globes for themselves. Stark is looking to make sure that they're able to build up that arcane barrier as quickly as possible. Once you get 20 regeneration globes, you have the activatable arcane barrier, but that quest is not capped. You can actually keep building that up, and not only do you're gaining more for your arcane barrier, but you're gaining mana as well, which builds your arcane barrier. So it's just the mana hungriness that Kael'thas can be mitigated with that level 1 talent, as Gel gets shredded down to half health. Phase shift from the Brightwing comes onto Zergy, who's taking a lot of damage trying to heal through the enemy team, and Chest Looter now chasing onto Gel. Shirefair coming in from a hearth, I do believe. There's going to be that Siege Giant camp, as I noted beforehand. Really good timing out from the Spooky Booky Boys, as Shirefair is going to get Shadow Charge, not going to get hit into the wall, but it might have been exactly what Veggies wanted, putting this Ariel in front of the gillySharks, as that will be a second kill from Stark, but a trade does happen as Chest Looter does go down. It will be the Nexus Forces, a little too OP into gillyShark, finding that counter kill. Stark finding a great double gravity lapse, did go into the Netherwinds at level 4, so it's a big way to continually keep their mana in their favor as these trades just continue to happen. Stark for the May, and it looks like with the objective over to the side of gillyShark, this will be disengage, rotating back into lanes, as we do have Veggies at 84 stacks on those souls, building their way to the 90, and the Diablo, did go into Souls to the Flame, which is a great way to consistently build the souls very early, but you also get heals during a team fight. So fire stomping into the enemy team, who's all grouped up, really will help out a ton going into the later half of this Cursed Hollow match. But I do want to point out, the members of Spooky Booky Boys are doing a great job of keeping the experience close. Even though it's a couple kills back and forth, technically it is in favor for gillyShark with the extra kill. The Spooky Booky Boys are doing a great job of rotating, picking up experience, and just kind of not stalling, but just playing it safe. I say play it safe, and and now they go aggressively into Zergy Monster. Spooky Booky Boys trying to find that kill into the Malthael, will not be able to do so, forcing the Hearth out, which might have been seen through the... Because there's a little bit of vision you still get on a player when you auto-attack them, so that might have been a Hearth that does show to the members of Spooky Booky Boys. But half a level lead in favor of gillyShark, who's a little too spread across this map, so Spooky Booky Boys easily get the second cap, second objective, and it will be 1-1. Meanwhile, Stark and Chess will move into bottom lane. Veggie's anchoring for the friendly team. This is something I'm trying to learn in my own tanking. You are a Diablo. You don't siege much. You really don't do much, and you have your souls. So what's the point in actually being in lane, showing, and autoing? Right now, that does give the opportunity for a potential play onto the Medivh is what I was trying to say. Stark actually even backed up to the bush, I think, trying to feign that, like, oh, it's just the Tychus, like, you can 1v1 and take them. Veggie's the entire time itching to line something up. There's that exact... If there was a blink from the Spirit of Vengeance, you would have seen Veggie step in, and now 10 talent tier here is here for gillyShark, and a lot of time was not wasted, but spent threatening this Medivh in bottom lane, which... in the end, it really didn't work out much for gillyShark, and this will be 10 talent tiers first for them, but in the end, there won't be a 10 talent tier advantage fight, as gillyShark is just waiting around the objective. I think they know the enemy team's on boss, and gillyShark cannot jump onto this boss. It's just too tight of a deadline between getting to the objective and trying to finish that out. Zergy will go into top lane and clear out the boss, as we have quite a few members of Spooky Booky Boys actually going for the objective here. We can get onto their vision and see how our red team is playing around this. Ariel just phase checks through the bush and just goes in. No fear. Gel, anchoring, checking out the camps, everything. We do have Diablo showing in mid, and Tychus and Malthael on top. So overall, a double boss phase for Spooky Booky Boys going very well in their favor. I do want to also shout out the Sonya player here. Congratulations on being the good Sonya, Shirefair, and picking up Leap. That's all I wanted to say. Just leap goes burr and leap OP. I'm actually glad we're seeing more and more leap. Like, back in the day, it was far and few between. Like, it was maybe like 2% of the time you'd see a leap Sonya. It was always Wrath of Berserker. But here, yeah, these are the games that I like to cast. I absolutely love these. All right, bottom lane fort will go down to the boss. This is going to be even levels. It's going to be 11 to 11. But with all the experience that's been grabbed during this kind of... from the last objective till this, or from the second objective till this one, it's been really, really good for Spooky Booky Boys. They've got a double boss. They've gotten 3 bosses on the map total, I think, actually. It's just been good pressure consistently through macro. The micro is the team fight is so far over the side of gillyShark, but we'll see what these 10 talent tiers change. We haven't actually had a full 5v5 over 10 talent tiers yet. We do have Veggie's trying to step into mid lane and maybe look for that overpower shadow charge or something into the enemy team, but Spooky Booky Boys recognizing the play from gillyShark and will play it safe. Just kind of poking at this mid lane. Meanwhile, Medivh is still pushing up through bottom lane. The reason Medivh is the one who's doing this as well is because they have a lot of mobility, and with that, Medivh showing in bottom lane, Apocalypse is used. There's going to be an ice wall on to Stark on the left-hand side, but the Chrysalis, the Crystal Aegis, my bad, is not going to be actually triggered in time from Ariel, and she goes down to the last rites. Shirefair will free push through top lane, but is it a little too long? Zergy Monster comes in with the mark. Leap is forced. 60-second cooldown. You wouldn't have lived there with Wrath of Berserker. Just saying. I don't think you would have. I can't say that actually 100%. You know what? No, I'm going to lie to you all and say you wouldn't have lived with the Wrath of Berserker. Everything on this stream is fact. Let's do everyone's favorite thing. Let's do some APM as we get into this objective phase, because this is a very tight one, as this is going to be curse potential for either side. Stark will get the phase shift just in time from Kama Tripson, who gets the Emerald Wind out in time. Stark is going to be able to back off as Zergy Monster is getting very low. Sonya trying to make some plays into the backline. I do believe, actually, Medivh gets the 1v1, but they go down to the damage over time from Malthael, so a 1-for-1 so far. It's trade evenly going into this as a big shadow charge comes out from Zergy. The body blocking will be present, and Tychus solidifies the kill. The members of gillyShark will be able to grab themselves this objective phase. Sonya with the spear. Oh my god, not even the spear. Okay. Well, disengage will happen. And that is going to be Curse over to the gillyShark side. What is the game plan for gillyShark? I actually want to click on Brightwing really quickly and look at the phase shift cooldown. It is actually at 0 because you do have that level 1 hyper shift value, and I wonder if that actually just exploded really quickly from the wave that was cleared out, as Gel has to use the icing to get away from Chest Looter, who was just peppering, destroying with damage. Malthael rotates into bottom lane, as Medivh does as well. That's going to be both of the ones who are traded out going down, or at least matching up in the solo. Damage over time takes out the wave from that Dark Mark. And Malthael gets the bottom lane fort. Looks like we had a few members of gillyShark at the top lane fort. Mid is going to be defended, but I can see a lot of gillySharks rotating towards this mid lane, and it's seemingly a triple fort phase for gillyShark. But this is a great defense opportunity for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. No shots to defend with, but only 10 seconds remain for gillyShark, so gillyShark has to play this quick. And you can kind of see this trepidation that's in the side of gillyShark. Like, ooh, do we step into this? Phoenix to zone back the enemy team. It's a 60-second cooldown as well. This is actually a conversation I had with Stark quite recently, and he was saying, because we were playing ARAMs, and he was just like, I don't know why people don't throw out Phoenix more often. It's 60 seconds, it clears waves, it actually gets structural damage, and it's 60 seconds. They'll have it again for the next team fight. Easy enough. Angel trade. That's actually a good point. Ariel for the Malthael. That might have been a little bit ago. Sorry, we got a delay, and I'm also not reading a ton of chat. I'm trying to be better about focusing on the games and a little less chat here and there. Unless y'all don't care. It's one of those things that, like, I'm unsure about, but it is going to be Bruiser Camps traded out on the left and the right. And the crazy thing here, chat, is going to be the fact that we have Spooky Booky Boys up in experience overall. It's not by much, but it's 6-3 in kills. We had a curse phase over to gillyShark, and it seems like everything is just still so neck and neck. Played very well by the Spooky Booky Boys. I think through that macro, as I was noting beforehand, we can go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like once we look at these 16 talent tiers. They just came through. Zergy trying to find a Shadow Charge onto Shirefair, going to be able to do so. Apocalypse is used. That's a 90-second cooldown for a single kill, but the single kill will not happen. So much used right there. Gel comes in to save and drops down to the same health as Shire, but a great play from Sakari. Sorry, I want to say their name. I didn't want to say Ariel, because that was really, really well played. The leap from Shire just in time to get the Crystal Aegis from the Ariel. Very well played right there. Don't read chat, especially not this message. Whoops. It's illuminated. I have to read it. Now, Boss is going to be grabbed by the members of Spooky Booky Boys. Stark is going to go ahead and grab, or at least start the camp over here. Actually, you saw it for a hot second. Arcane Barrier was used by Stark. We can actually click on them and probably show it. Yeah, there's going to be the cooldown on it. The reason they did it just to tank the initial shots from the boss and just keep things moving quickly for the side of gillyShark, because the enemy team probably had the advantage when it came to position and burn on the boss. So gillyShark wants to deny the boss plus tribute. So gillyShark gives the free fort over in top lane. Stark going for the channel. Gel, I think, already used one of the snowballs, but has the blizzard to stall things out. Gonna get hit. Excuse me, Comp Tripson gonna get hit by that. Mar should have a Spirit of Vengeance over the wall. There's a blind out from Gel. A lot of damage going into this May. The leap in from the Sonya. Warden's Cage, Emerald Wind to force back the enemy team. And Edzura so very low, who gets the Crystal Aegis just in time, so no last rites availability for the Medivh, who doesn't get the Vault of the Warden. The Sonya goes down. This is a very low Vala. The Apocalypse comes out. Veggie's actually staying alive because of the zoning potential from that. We do have the May, who went down on the right-hand side of our screen to Zergy Monster, I believe, who Zergy Monster is just cleaning up 3 of the 4 kills we just saw, and gillyShark moves in through bottom lane with a very low mana Malthael, but Stark has great mana for this wave clear with the Flame Strikes. Chest Looter should be able to deal significant damage. How long until the Commandeer Odin? Still 60 seconds onto that one, as I do believe it was used right at the start of that team fight. Yes. So, Curse goes over, Channel goes over to the side of gillyShark, who will confirm the bottom lane keep, but I don't think they end. If gillyShark was looking to end, I feel like their positioning would be on the far side of this keep, but no, I'm wrong. This is very low cooldown, or these are very low death timers. I'm a little worried for gillyShark if this is too aggressive and they mount up and will disappear. Will disengage from this team fight. Okay, phew. I was just like, this is very aggressive. I know this for myself. Like, You don't have your Brightwing, who did have phase shift, but it's just defender's advantage as like, to use Grubby's terminology, which I actually really love, the defender's advantage in that moment was so strong. You have the armor reduction from the core. You have just everyone coming back from death on the side of Spooky Booky Boys with the majority of their heroics. The only thing I think was on cooldown was the Warden's Cage. So good read from gillyShark to back off right there. But it was, like, I was thinking for a second, I was like, this is possible, but a little too aggressive, as this will be another objective phase coming out. Now, it's no 20 talent tier. gillyShark is trying to get there as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and cycle through those numbers as I noted beforehand, and we'll look at the 20 talent tiers afterwards. But the gillyShark has to deny the curse against them. They don't really, it's not a must, like, oh my god, do or die, but I would have expected them to deny out the phase. I wonder if it's maybe just, we'll defend with 20 talent tier and they have to step into us consistently. That is a possibility as well. We'll see how this works out, but right now, Curse goes over to the side of Spooky Booky Boys. What are they able to do? I'm just looking around the map at camp timers and everything, so it's Bruise It. Wow, this is very turtled up. I partially felt like Spooky Booky Boys should have just, like, waited for waves to come to them and let this go over to the side of gillyShark and just look for 20 and then go for the Curse when they have 20 talent tier, because now Spooky Booky Boys have spent roughly 30 seconds of the 60 seconds of Curse just working on a camp and getting into lane. Sonya's pressuring up into top, and gillyShark's running free, able to get themselves their 20 talent tier, push out the waves. This is a comfortable spot for gillyShark. What can the side of Spooky Booky Boys do, if any, to kind of threaten or force gillyShark to make a misstep? That's what I'm waiting for. It's a possibility of like a Ice Wall, Sonya Leap, Warden's Cage, big blow up onto someone. But it's 20 talent here. There's a lot of defensive tools for the side of gillyShark. Hellgate for the Diablo as well. Going to be a good way for that single target dive, as we noted beforehand. We saw Veggies do that top lane. Sonya going to be swinging on into mid lane. Medivh is also backing out from the bottom. Half a level for 20 talent tiers. gillyShark is going to be slowly walking this camp through. They've got the entire camp, I think, up and available, as well as that Shaman, which you can see gives them 20 spell armor so long as they're inside. Commandeer Odin comes down with the big red button, and this is a big siege tool for gillyShark. There's a lot of really good siege potential through this wave right now, as well as through the Commandeer Odin, which you can see that big splash from the big red button, as well as that damage over time on the ground as the nuke explodes. This is going to be a step in through mid lane. Next objective is going to be bottom left of our mini-map, but it doesn't really seem like that's a big concern for gillyShark. gillyShark wants to go for keep while Commandeer Odin's up. Commandeer Odin, how much longer do you have on this? I don't feel like it's very long. I actually can't see the timer whatsoever, as that will actually dissipate, and the keep will lose quite a bit of health, but it will not go down through mid. Bruiser camp's up and available. Boss is going to be up in 19 seconds on the bottom left and 4 seconds on this top right. Fun fact, if you never noticed it, there's actually like little dead minions around the boss. Little cool things in the game. Alrighty, so Boss is going to instantaneously be the call for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Let's actually go to gillyShark Vision. I just want to see what they're seeing. Doesn't seem like gillyShark's concerned about that. They go for their own boss right now. So let's jump onto the opposing side Vision. Haven't seen gillySharks in quite some time, so let's see what the rotation looks like coming into this. Okay, so I thought I had still had information to cycle through for all of you. gillyShark sees this. This is actually the Veggies Vision right there, so gillyShark knows the enemy team's coming in. Veggies is in position for this. Kaimo Tripson's playing to the far side because Kaimo has the Emerald Wind. Medivh goes in with the Blink. A big shred onto this Mei, who had the level 20 upgrade, gets the Crystal Egg as so much is used onto them, but that'll be a double kill for gillyShark as the invade onto the boss does not work out for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Going to be losing all 5 members, not able to find a kill themselves. Boss through top lane will confirm keep, but gillyShark want to walk through bottom and take game. Chessleader going to play the safe strat here and going to back all the way to make sure this boss doesn't end against gillyShark. Kael'thas actually going to be making sure as well. Zergy coming in this as well. 40 seconds on average, and we have all of the damage back at core. Defending against the boss. 30 seconds on average for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. That's actually the lowest up for the... Oh, no, 20 seconds for the Mei is the lowest. But this core damage, this core damage is going to be... It's slow. It's so slow. I know the boss is dealing a lot of damage. We see this going through. It's just that it's like... Can the side of Spooky Booky Boys come back and turn this around? Do we have a 1% core? Do we have that Caleris core? Doesn't seem like it. Phoenix comes out, and that will be Emerald Wind as well to force back the enemy team. The first game goes over to gillyShark. GG. Well played. Hey, Joseph. Hi, Artemis. I'm trying to catch my breath right now. LMFAO, there's a new patch. Oh. Oh, heck. All right, who wins? gillyShark has won the game. Okay, I have to restart Hero Storm. Defense was overkill. I think it was one of those things that something went wrong. Oh, someone else pushed the button. Thank you. All right, let me restart. Hots just got patched. We are mid best of 3 and Hots got patched. This is awkward. This is super, super awkward. Hopefully it doesn't break the game. Well then. Rip my channel points? Oh no. Alright, we're just updating really quickly. This timing, for real, for real, for real. Are there even patch notes? So the game updated, but we have no idea what the patch is. It's just a balance patch. Death, just so you just to explain a little bit the reason I'm reacting like this, there are rules in our community leagues that, like, let's say a hero got reworked, they're banned for 2 weeks. So if we don't know if a hero got reworked and someone picks it and it's like all the talents are different, that's super, super, super monka. Oh my god. MVP is actually should be Kaimo for the Emerald Wind deny. I did see that, yeah. Notes just dropped on forums. It's a big patch. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god. Diablo, Mal'Ganis, Murd, Interial, Artanis, Hogger, Ragnaros, Alexstrasza, Lili, Lucio, Malfurion, Whitemane, Illidan, Chromie, Falstad, Phoenix, Mephisto. Holy shit. This is super awkward, honest to god. This is so awkward. I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan of this. Let me skim through the patch notes really quickly. Here, let's main monitor this so you can all see as well. You can watch the Monka-S happen. Diablo reduced. So nerf. Reduced, okay, nerfed. Base healing reduced, nerfed. Increase on Hellfire, okay. Mal'Ganis increased, regeneration increased, basic attack increased. Increased, reduced, Night Rush from 16 to 14, so an overall buff from them. Time to feed, Jesus Christ. Murden. Perfect Storm bonus reduced. Dwarf Block no longer have a duration. Okay, Tyrael. Jesus, there's so much. Initial damage. I'm just trying to see if there's like anything that super stands out that I need to bring up to the NGS mods. Alexstrasza, nothing major. Like not nothing major, but like no. Oh my God, Lili, what the hell? Oh my god. Alright. Movement speed while skating increased. Let's go. Alright, High Five got buffed. I'm just sorry, I'm skimming all this really quickly. Range Assassin. Chromie got another rework, her 40th one. Hammering damage reduced. Additional functionality. Hammering can be reactivated mid-flight to explode. So they got rid of Boomerang. So Boomerang's gone. Boomerang is baked in baseline. Additional functionality deals 100% damage to minions and mercenaries. That's actually pretty cool. Wingman removed. Wait, what the hell? Oh, what the hell did you do? What did you do to my bird? Blizzard! What the... This is so awkward. Oh, Blizzard, what'd you do to my bird? All right, I'm sure the teams are actually waiting on me to actually confirm. Oh, no. That worked out, actually. We're still getting lobby going here. Holy crap. All right. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. It's I'm all over the place right now. This is a little crazy. I've never had patch notes drop this late into a game. Boomerang baseline? Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. All right, Wingman's removed, Seasoned Marksman removed, Gathering Storm, bonus damage per quest stack from 2 to 0.2%, mana refund reduced, additional functionality, quest progress is gained from Hammering's explosion. Quest progress is gained, so you get more questing, so you can like hit him with a hammering, explode it for more? I don't know. Reduce the lightning rod bonus 3 seconds, and takedowns reset the cooldown. Dishonorable discharge. After 3 lightning rod strikes, subsequent strikes to enemy heroes increase the damage by 1% up to 75%. Oh, that's really good! But there's no bribe on Falstad anymore. Boomerang, new functionality. Explosion deals 75% additional damage and reduces spell armor of the enemy hero by 15 for 3. Blizzard, why would you drop this like this? Giant Killer got removed at level. So they're moving Falstad into a mage. They got rid of his ability to be an auto attacker or a mage, which is kind of dumb in my opinion. I like the fact that he could be versatile like that. All right, I'm gonna read these patch notes later. This is dumb. They removed Asmodan, I read. I swear to God, don't you hurt me like this. Don't you hurt me like this, John. They removed Bronzebeard Rage. OP. Wait. Oh wait, it is OP now. Someone posted the patch notes again. There they are. Sorry, I was just scrolling up to find them. Lily slows E baseline. Dude, like this is so awkward. This is such an awkward. Like I feel really bad for these teams. Bronzebeard Rage, adjusted functionality, deal 15 damage per second, healing for 75%. Oh my God. Increases the damage by 200 for 3 seconds? Who did this patch? What? This is a ridiculous patch. This is such an insane patch, in my opinion. Like, there's been some patches where it's like, nah, you know, a couple things here and there, but like, this is like, really? And maybe it's because I'm in the middle of casting games, but like, really? Every 10 seconds, your basic attack with Phase Bomb active slows target hit by 60% rapidly decay. Oh my God. So I'm looking at the Phoenix stuff too. I'm gonna keep the patch notes open. Sorry, I'm just making sure I get ref and everything. All right, so we still have a game to cast. I'm just doing some note-taking based on what I see in the lobby.
We're dead.
Where is my map editor? We are going to this map chosen by this team. That and this, and we are ready to go. All right, I told the teams that I'm ready to go, but I'm going to read patch notes, so let's hang out and read some patch notes together, everybody. All right, we can cover up my ugly-ass face, and let's just we'll make sure we still see Bandit. That's the important boy. All right, let's read these. Let's go through some of these patch notes. They made a monkey smoke a puddle of meth and then write the patch? Jesus. I didn't know it was called a puddle of meth. I think they did. I think we knew that there was a patch coming, but it just, so the patch dropped earlier around like 2 o'clock, 2:30 PST, which is later than normal, and then it broke the game, so they rolled back the patch up until just now. So we're just getting the patch that we should have had like a couple hours ago. So we talked about Diablo. Mal'Ganis got some changes. Heal. Dun 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 dun. Healed by Torment. So buffs overall, I feel, to Mal'Ganis. Stun duration, damage increase. So they nerfed Mal'Ganis to the point where no one played him, and now they're gonna buff him to the point where he's first pick ban material. All right, looks like we have a game. I'm gonna close the patch notes. Let's go ahead and get on into our next map, everybody. Welcome back to the Nexus gaming series. The game had to load because I restarted it as we get into Infernal Shrines, and I know you're sitting at home wondering, wait a minute, Bahamut, we were just on Cursed Hollow and all of a sudden we're on Infernal Shrines. How did we get here? I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be the members of gillyShark. They won the coin flip initially. For map number 1. They opted for map pick priority, banning out Dragonshire and Alterac Pass. Battlefield of Eternity and Volskai are going to be banned out by the members of Spooky Booky Bois. And Cursed Hollow was the first map chosen by gillyShark. gillyShark won that map. As the losing team, Spooky Booky Bois, they can opt for first pick or map pick priority. Spooky Booky Bois opted for first pick, so gillyShark has chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. Let's get back into the draft and find out what we have for our bands thus far. Getting into Infernal Shrines, our second map in our best of 3 series. We have an Uther band on the left-hand side and a Malthael on the right. And I see, you can't see it, the Zergy Monster message right here is a very sad Malthael hat. Like, it's just droopy Malthael hat. Do we have a Samuro ban against the gillySharks? Is it going to happen? No, it's actually going to be Sonya. Sonya will be removed here, and we will not see the diving bard in this game. Sorry. Trying to fix my water bottle. Not bard, barbarian. Didn't fix the water bottle. Anyways. I'm actually surprised, no Samuro ban. I don't think it's going to be like first pick from gillyShark, but we'll see what they go into. First pick does go over to the side of Spooky Booky Bois. As I noted beforehand, they opted for this first pick priority. What is going to be your prioritization here, my friends? Brightwing, Hogger? Hogger is actually up and available, but did have nerfs. There's Hogger. What were the Hogger changes? Let me look really quickly because I just don't know. Diablo first pick. Okay. So Hogger had Hog Wild damage reduced from 36 to 32. Unplayable. Level 4 Brute Force damage bonus from hitting foes with Staggering Blow increased from 1 to 2. So he had a nerf on baseline and a buff on talent. Crazy. Joanna Tychus will be grabbed on the left-hand side. I don't think either of them had any changes. I'm just going to reference this constantly. Ranged. No changes. But there were changes to Diablo, and I'm worried. I'm worried about this first pick Diablo now. I wonder if gillyShark opts to go for... honest to God, I would wonder if these teams would opt to go for heroes that were not changed whatsoever. Medivh will be grabbed here. Jimmy? Where's Jimmy in chat? Where's Jimmy in chat? Because I know you'll be happy about this. Medivh was picked up, so we are going to have Medivh and a Stukov. I do got to say, a really, really good composition so far from the side of Spooky Booky Bois. Excuse me. Sorry, I should have had another cup of tea. I like feel the yawn coming on. Diablo was mostly nerfed from like what I'm skimming here, so we'll have to see if that adjusts anything in the draft. Greymane to be banned out. Now, I wonder what... Oh, you know what? Because it gives a dive buddy for Diablo. It's synergistic with the Medivh as well, with the portals, to get into the backline and shred someone like a Tychus. I actually love that ban right there from gillyShark. And a Hogger to be removed by the opposing side. Spooky Booky Bois are going to be not having to deal with the Tasmanian Devil, if you will. Now, Mephisto will be grabbed in Alexstrasza as well. We did have changes on Mephisto and Alexstrasza, so let's look really quickly. We're going to do a lot of this back and forth for the draft. Level 1, Gift of Life. Gift of Life's cooldown recharge increased from 100 to 125. Okay, so it's a buff. Globes required for unlocking the second quest tier from 20 to 15. That's actually really good on Circle of Life at level 1. The W that pops up the globe once you get 20 or 15 regeneration globes. That's actually pretty good. Additional functionality of Life Blossom at level 7 reduces the gift of by 10%. Dragon Queen duration bonus reduced from 7 to 6 seconds. So Alexstrasza buffs. Sorry, I'm missing so much of the draft. I am going to start the prediction, so y'all can get that going for yourselves. As a Leoric will round that out. So Ragnaros and Sylvanas on the right-hand side. Were there Ragnaros changes? No, just Illidan changes. So Alexstrasza buffs Mephisto. Let me look really quickly. Launch delay reduced, so the birth time is faster. Missile speed was increased as well. That's okay, buff for there. Adjusted functionality, second tier quest reward shown as now additional charge of a missile. Okay, so unyielding power, got a buff. Armor increased as a buff. Add Horrelled Skull, adjusted functionality, Skull Missile deals 40% more damage here under 50 health. So, buffs. Buffs onto those heroes. Not bad. Not bad. All right, get your predictions in. Sorry, I'm just trying to like read through the notes just to kind of get an idea of what we're actually seeing for the changes. So, Mephisto was buffed on a couple talents, Alexstrasza as well, Diablo was nerfed, and I think those are the only heroes that were changed into this matchup. I do believe. Rag changes, yes. Oh, wait, did I miss them? I only saw, it said melee. Rag's a bruiser, not a melee. All right, let's go ahead and get on into the game. Y'all can tell me in chat what were the good ones. On the left-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark up 1 in this best of 3 series, trying to close it out in a 2-0 fashion. Kymo Tripson on the Alexstrasza. Stark will be on the Skull Boy, the nervous skeletal system. The nervous skeletal system. That's, you know what? That's what it is. It's a nervous skeleton. Veggies will be on the Joanna, Zergi on that Leoric, and Chess Leader on the Tychus. On the right-hand side, we have the Spooky Booky boys trying to take us to a game number 3 through Infernal Shrines. Shirefair will be on that Ragnaros. Mars on the Medivh. Sakari is going to be on the Stukov, Gel on the Diablo, and Azura on that Sylvanas. Let's check out our level 1s. And this is what I was talking about. This Circle of Life was picked up by the Alexstrasza, so instead of it being 20 regeneration globes, it's now 15. And Unyielding Power, this was the other one. So after hitting 40 Skull missiles, grant an additional charge. This was the other thing I was skimming really quickly to note. Ragnaros, I don't believe had any change. Oh, wait, no, chat's coming in clutch. His Q quest at level 1 got reduced to 25. Okay. And the damage bonus went up to 100. Okay, I see. Okay. Also got buffs at level 13 Q. Healing went from 40 to 45. Okay, so some Q talent buffs on Ragnaros. Nice. Alex got a nerf on her 16 talent, though. The rest were... Oh, I misread the level 16. Thank you. Okay, so the 16 was a nerf, not a buff. And it was like the Dragon Queen from like 7 to 6 or something. Either way. We'll see how this all works out for the side of gillyShark or the side of Spooky Booky boys. Will the lesser required minions be an easy way for this Ragnaros to be able to finish out that quest? And will it be enough to also increase their 1v1 potential against things like this Leoric? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Bro, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. Hope you're all doing well in chat. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for betting on these teams, and thanks for cheering on some wonderful Here's the Storm esports. I'm glad to be able to cast this for all of you. We do have a little bit of oh no, top lane is just respect. It's literally like, all right, you quest, I'll go ahead and clear minions, no big deal. Mid lane is going to be a lot of damage onto the Stukov, who's being slow. Decent grenade as well to chunk into the Stukov. Will not be able to find the kill. First objective will be in the top lane, will be an Arcane Punisher. And it is going to be announced in about 30 seconds. It'll be up for contest in about 60. Hey, Trainwreck. 4's even on both sides. Medivh working through their questing talent baseline, which is going to be a quarter of the way done. 10 out of the 40 stacks necessary. I always like to note, if you don't know, Medivh, if they die, will lose every single stack. It's not like Hanzo with Redemption or Wizened Duelist from the Greymane, where you lose just like a little bit. It is going to be all or nothing sort of deal. Like Kael'thas's Convection stacks. We've all lost Kael'thas's Convection stacks. 7 out of the 15 necessary for the Alexstrasza level 1. And that's actually huge on a rotation-heavy base map. Like, that was where I used to actually see this talent get picked up a lot, because you can just easily finish out that quest through the rotations, but even more so now. We're looking at about halfway. I mean, halfway is either 7 or 8, however you want to round it. But this is going to be That's not bad. That's not a bad adjustment at level 1. Seems like, though, the Spooky Booky boys are going to go ahead and do something I've seen some other teams do, which is just hard push a different lane and hope that they get some value into the later objective phases. What I mean by this is opening up this bottom lane on the side of Spooky Booky boys and hoping that objective phase 2, or the second objective of the game, is in this bottom lane, and they can win it on the side of Spooky Booky boys and go and push a keep front gate rather than just threaten a fort. I really like this. Also, to note, the siege potential is pretty good here, specifically through the Sylvanas, but they've also got this wave back here. This Impaler Clamp's doing a lot for the side of Spooky Booky boys. Ragnaros will stall things out a little bit through the top lane with the Molten Core. The only downfall of this is I believe it's a 3-minute cooldown, 180 seconds, and you don't have this as a defensive tool through the top lane. You can't stall up the objective phase with this Ragnaros. You're going to have to completely defend from the far side. Ragnaros will eat the jump potentially here. Gonna actually eat that. Gonna get protected by the Medivh a little bit late, but that's okay. 13 out of the 40 stacks for Medivh as we continue into this. Trainwreck, thank you for the tier 1 for 12 months. Thank you for the year of support, my friend. Very much appreciate that, and we'll resend your alert when we get out of game as this Stark is stepping in, but is not going to be able to, is not going to get picked off as it was just the Shade of Mephisto form. I believe we actually have the upgrade, yeah. So Shade of Mephisto grants 25 armor while active and is and 2.5 seconds after it ends. So I believe that was buffed from 20 to 25. Alex Strauss is going to be working through that level 1 quest at already 10 stacks. I think they should actually have 11 through this camp through top lane. Good defense, though, from the side of Spooky Booky boys. This, like, overall, this is a net win for our red team. They are able to go ahead and get themselves bottom lane fort against the enemy side, which means periodic catapult pressure. Every 4th wave will have a catapult coming out in that bottom lane in favor for our red team. And gillyShark was only able to get a fort front gate and a little damage onto that fort. As the Iron Skin will be used, the camp invade works out very well in favor for the side of Spooky Booky boys. And Leoric tries to force this top lane wave up a little bit. Needs to be cautious of the potential invade from the enemy team, who could make a quick rotation through that Medivh into top lane. But Medivh right now is showing in bottom lane, working on just gaining some more experience for the friendly team. Still working on that questing town. I believe the last time I looked is at 15 stacks, so not even halfway yet onto that one. Ragnaros did finish out their level 1 quest, as we are going to be just kind of cycling through the damage, experience, and healing thus far into game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. 10 talents here will be here first for the side of our red team, and that's that passive experience gain as well as getting the fort down in bottom lane. I actually really like, I gotta say, Spooky Booky boys, that was a very, very smart play in the first objective phase, gaining more than the enemy team and actually still being ahead by this half a level, which means this will be 10 talent here first for our red side. Apocalypse for the Diablo, Lava Wave for the Ragnaros, Leyline Seals, pretty much standards across the board. Do we have a Mind Control Sylvanas or a Wailing Arrow? Wailing Arrow would be good to kind of shut down the Mephisto maybe jumping in, maybe Alex Strauss healing, but Mind Control is a really good single target pull, and not even disengage, but just distraction, if you will, which could be great into the Alex Strauss or even the Mephisto. Leoric is forced in the wave into top. 10 talent here for the left-hand side. Lifebinder for the Alex Strauss. It got buffed ages ago, and it's actually been probably the choice talent. Cleansing Flame is good, but there's a wind-up. There's a lot to it. This one does have a wind-up as well. Maybe it's actually equal between the two. Not 100% sure. I'd have to look. Because Alex Strauss has to take flight, then one of the meteors has to drop down and get the actual cleanse or the healing or the damage. So I wonder if it's maybe comparable, or Cleansing Flame overall takes like 2-point-something seconds and Lifebinder's just too flat. Either way, second objective will be Mortar, so this is unfortunately not in favor for Spooky Booky boys when it comes to lane pressure, but as Ragnaros is going to be lava waving in bottom, this is actually this is good for them still on the side of Spooky Booky boys, because there's the potential for that bottom lane consistent pressure. Apocalypse comes out, a lot of damage going to be going on onto Alex Strauss, who gets silenced, unable to use the Lifebinder or anything, as the Lurking Arm from Stukov is going to be very, very powerful to shut down one of those gillyShark members. Diablo does finish out Soul 7 minutes into this map. And Ragnaros, that lava wave, I believe did catch the core wave as well, so there was nothing from the side of the gillyShark bottom lane coming out, forcing Chest Looter into the bottom lane, and it will just be basically 1 second till Alex Strauss. The members of gillyShark could consider this, as there's an aggressive portaling coming out from the side of Spooky Booky boys. They do have that Raven Familiar, so just trying to trigger that as well into the enemy team. Half a level till 13, and gillyShark on the defensive footing here with this objective coming through mid lane. Second one of the game. First one, though, for the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Veggies setting up for the damage. Gonna pop the Iron Skin. Setting up for the pull onto the Punisher. Gonna be... Actually, Veggie stepping in with the Condemn as well. A lot of good damage onto the Punisher. Not a whole lot of siege coming out from the side of Spooky Booky Boys as the Ragnaros did rotate in the top lane to pull in the experience and keep that level lead that was starting to form in favor for the side of this red team. As it is going to be 12-13, gillyShark will not be able to land the heroic from Mephisto. I'm blanking right now. Durance of Hate. I don't know why I wanted to say Eternal Feast. I'm like, it's not Eternal Feast. That's Orphea's big, you know, circle on the ground that keeps going. But yeah, Durance of Hate was a potential setup. The Entomb was just a little bit after to maybe make a play happen as Mar will continue to scout out around some of these members of the gillyShark. Speaking of the Medivh, we have 25 out of the 40 stacks necessary, but Medivh hasn't gone down, which is working out for the for our red team very well, as Stark is working on that level 1 questing talent still, only needing 5 more stacks, which will give that secondary missile. They've already got the 100 extra damage from getting 20 stacks right there. Wraithwalk, short distance for Zergy, not trying to get pulled or set up by Gel for the enemy team. Healing Circle on the ground. Alexstrasza does have that level 1 questing talent, so some extra healing through the Regeneration Globe, which is a great way to also buff out the mana for a friendly team. Wave through top lane will confirm all the experience for our red side, who have held over a little bit more than that level lead now, looking even further at 14.5 to about 13. But gillyShark has some waves to push out. Stukov literally stepping into the wave right now. Like, Stukov is showing gillyShark is going to, though, be scouted out by Mar on this... I got not Mephisto. Medivh. There's too many M's in this game. There's like 2 M's in this game. Never mind. Points moot. 13-15 in levels. gillyShark has to make some sort of play right now, as it actually will be top lane objective once again going to be a frozen Punisher. So unfortunately, bottom lane has not been at the objective phase just yet for the side of Spooky Booky Boys, but it still is providing great pressure consistently, pulling Chesslooter and maybe a few others into this bottom lane. I'm going to go ahead and cycle through the other numbers once again to get an idea of what those look like, because we have not had a chance to look at those. Iron Flare, sorry I missed this a couple minutes ago. Thank you for the 8 months. Thank you for the Prime sub. I really appreciate the support. We'll go ahead and resend your alert. Your why hello alert. Alert. Oh dear. All right, Ragnaros is showing in bottom lane. gillyShark could try and make a play into the top before 16 talent tier hits. There is the mount up from Joanna. Is it shown though? I mean, I don't think the members of Spooky Booky Boys read this, as the Blessed Shield does come out. Big Condemn coming in as well. Skull Missile going to be finished out at level 1, that unyielding power. The portal though will get a few of these members away. Wraithwalk from Leoric puts them right next to the Medivh. The Medivh is actually going to get saved by the Shadow Charge of Gel. Durance of Hate does go out, will only connect onto the Diablo, and souls to be reset, but Medivh will stay alive and keep their stacks on Arcane Rift baseline, which I think was somewhere in the 30 range, I want to say. We'll see that in just a second here. gillyShark could potentially get the objective phase through top. Ragnaros free pushing through bottom, forcing the lava wave through mid. Do they catch the spawn of the minion wave? Unfortunately not. A touch too early onto the lava wave from Ragnaros. Not the biggest deal though. I think Ragnaros was just trying to get as much macro pressure out in favor for their side to slow down gillyShark's oppression with this potential Punisher. Granted though, Zergy Monster does have that Neil Peasants at level 4, which will increase the wave clear potential from this Leoric. It's unfortunate, but now we have the members of Spooky Booky Boys back over here into this top lane. Durance of Hate goes out, will not connect onto the enemy members, but 16 talent tier does arrive for the side of gillyShark is there. You see the level 16 that was nerfed on in our most recent patch that was like 2 seconds ago. Apocalypse, Leyline Seal will go out, I think, actually really well right there. Durance, Lifebinder from Alexstrasza connects. A lot of damage onto Zergy, who's trying to heal up. Does have to step back for the Circle of Life. Doesn't give a crap about that, as the Durance of Hate goes out onto the Diablo. Does go down. Full souls, or excuse me, no souls to reset. And that'll be full duration, 40 seconds on that death timer. Ragnaros does pop the Molten Core. Chymotrypsin using a bit of that Dragon Queen to clear out the fort, or at least get some damage onto that. Veggies and friends will be stepping onto the circle. Oh, really good utilization of the Dragon Queen Circle of Life plus the Alexstrasza form, so you're able to get the back-to-back. You see a lot of Alexstrazzas do that before they go into the Dragon Queen. They'll pop a circle, and then when they get into Dragon Queen, they pop a second circle, allowing you to have that double heal. Looks like we have Zergy going back to maintain bottom lane. 16 talent tier is going to be equal on either side. Frozen Punisher through top lane in favor for gillyShark. Third Punisher of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Animosity. Increase the duration of Lightning Nova by 1%. Increase the maximum amount of bonus damage it can deal from 30 to 42. Was that buffed? I don't feel like it was. Raw Endurance of Hate through the gate, just trying to find a setup for a potential Punisher jump. Medivh at 33 stacks, by the way. Working their way for those stacks. Good use of the protection status onto Ragnaros from Mar. Punisher will be able to lock down structures with this frozen explosion, which means it doesn't shoot. I believe it's like a 3 point something second, like, duration. Oh, wow. Endurance of Hate goes out. Big lava wave. Big apocalypse. So much damage, but Lifebinder does come out from Kymo Trips, and in time will connect onto Stark as the Punisher continues to deal damage towards this keep. That is going to be the Endurance of Hate. Excuse me. Oh, no. Endurance of Hate does come out once again. Constant cooldown reduction from that level 4 and level 13 talent tier synergy, I do believe. We can double check those in just a second. Punisher is going to be ending through top lane. gillyShark trying to find this keep in this lane. It's so very close. Joanna pops the Iron Skin, has the fanaticism for the increased speed to be able to disengage, and is able to do so. gillyShark able to get away, throwing the Endurance of Hate backwards to maybe catch some of the enemy members who are trying to jump in. But here, level 4, Spite. Increase regen globe healing duration by 150. Every tick of regeneration globe healing activates Lord of Hatred, reducing basic ability cooldowns by 1%. 1 second, I believe. On that level 13, Lord of Hatred also reduces the cooldown of Mephisto's heroic ability. Mephisto is healed for 15% of his maximum health and mana when he casts heroic ability. Think about this, chat. Think about it. Alex Straza had a buff on her level 1 to give you regeneration globes. How 200 IQ was this already from gillyShark? Tell me that was not genius. I'm sorry, like, caster bias is gonna go out the window. That's brilliant of a synergy between a healer and an assassin. I absolutely love the way that they put that together. Yeah, that's so cool. That's such a cool combo. Because that's the reason we're seeing back to back to back to back Endurance of Hates, because you constantly have that Lord of Hatred from level 4 and 13 ticking. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Ragnaros will get caught out. Medivh unable to save them. Medivh, 34 stacks currently as well. Working through those stacks, trying to finish them out. This is one of the most tense moments for, I feel like, a Medivh player, when you're not done with the stacks, and it is so late game. You lose those stacks and you're at 20 talent tier. Oh, you want to throw your mouse out the ding dang window. Just the words I choose half the time. 20 talent tier will arrive for gillyShark. And here's the crazy thing, chat. We still have not had a bottom lane Punisher in this game. And that was the first thing that the members of I was gonna say Blood Sports, I don't know why, of the Spooky Booky boys. It was a really good play early game, and it gave our red team this lead, but that lead is gone. It's equalized. It's 20 talent tier across the board. Commandeer Odin comes down with the big red button, and this is gillyShark looking to open things up through mid lane, allowing themselves to have a win condition through mid if gillyShark can get the next objective phase. Big pull coming in through this mid lane with the big red button as well. Gel taking a lot of damage. Lava Wave comes through from the Ragnaros. Big bops onto Zergy, who tries to Wraith Walk away, will go down. Gonna go ahead and try and cheat death a little bit. Leyline Seal with the Medivh cheats. Endurance of Hate goes out from Stark. Another Lava Wave with that second charge from the Lava Burst. I can't remember the name at level 20. We'll look at that in a second, as that is going to be a kill onto the Sylvanas. Kymo gonna back off. Lifebinder was active. Chest Looter getting very low. Massive Shove actually saved Chest Looter. Kymo trips in, needing to get away, needs to sidestep the meatball from Ragnaros. Grenade actually pushes the Ragnaros into Kymo Tripson, who goes down to just the damage of Ragnaros, as Veggies is just trying to get out of here. Medivh did finish the Arcane Rift baseline stacks. Meanwhile, catapults have arrived in the core and top lane and are removing the shield, but this feels like a few stagger deaths from gillyShark that are not necessary, or unwanted in a sense. Not necessary is not the right term right there. Stark trying to make the 1v1 player, I guess the 1v2 happen here. Leyline Seal, Medivh cheeks, but there's going to be an Entomb with the Buried Alive. Silence onto Mar. Mar did finish out their stacks, so no stacks to be lost there, but still, that's a stagger death in favor for gillyShark, as this mid lane Punisher is being worked on by the side of the Spooky Booky boys. Can Stark steal this away? 25 and rising for the side of our red team, and it seems like the fourth objective of this game, I do believe, is going to go over to the side of the Spooky Booky boys. And it's not an exposed keep, but siege potential is strong. Do we have a Ragnaros Molten Core? I'm curious. It is. I wonder if Ragnaros tries to Molten Core through mid. right behind the Punisher for some extra siege potential. gillySharks, I wouldn't say backs against the wall, but either team has a win condition here. Either team does have a win condition. Couple kills on either side could be the win, or just the duration that either side needs to be able to rush for core. Ragnaros has some meatballs, but now this is that awkward spot where like you don't want to step in and potentially feed. Like you don't want to step in and yeah, we get the Punisher, but then we end up feeding. So gillyShark, I mean, it's only one necessary molten. It doesn't get it. The Entomb comes out. There's going to be the Durance of Hate as well. A lot of damage onto Stukov. Ragnaros will get the objective, but Stukov is down. That is huge for the side of gillyShark. Zergy chasing onto Shire. The Entomb will not be available for the next 30-some seconds. Lava Wave through top lane. I don't think that the gillySharks really care about that lava coming through. Is there an interrupt? There's a grenade from Tychus. That is going to be the Molten Core form done. Lava Wave comes through. gillyShark steps into the healing circle. I actually don't even think the Lava Wave hit any of the members of gillyShark as the Punisher moves in through mid lane. And I said this is going to be a still well-defended keep front gate. Seems like the Spooky Booky boys will go for the opportunity to take a keep through bottom lane. Durance of Hate comes out from Stark. Lockdown onto the keep comes out as well. Alexstrasza pops in the Dragon Queen form, and that forces the enemy members away. The keep in bottom lane still stays alive as the Punisher through mid lane will be cleared out by Chest Leader and the keep. Looks like Zergy will anchor and just tank that last little bit of damage. But this is Stukov down for 10 and Ragnaros down for the next 30. What can the members of gillyShark do here? Spooky Booky boys are really making gillyShark work for this victory here on Infernal Shrines. And I gotta say, it's anyone's game. The back and forth has been really good between both sides. Actually, let's actually go ahead and cycle through the other numbers once again. I want to see what this is looking like for either side when it comes to our damage, healing, and experience in our game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. I like how I look over at chat and it's just like, go core. That's a feed. Reverse throw. Reverse, reverse. It just feels like a bop it. Spin it. Okay, phew. Sorry, I have to chug a little bit of water. This game is it's good. This is a very, very good game. Sorry, Medivh, what do you have at level 20? Well, the tooltip doesn't read. All right, tooltip doesn't read for that one. I'm assuming it's a level 20 upgrade. We'll check in just a second. There we go. Sorry, I was looking for someone without a questing taunt. Lava Wave through bottom lane to keep the pressure through that lane, as there is that periodic catapult pressure advantage. You can actually see that on the minimap. That little dot right there is going to be that catapult. As gillyShark steals away the camp. Wow, I can't believe it. We have not had a single bottom lane alter this entire game. It's been top to mid to top to mid to top to mid to top. Twist it, int it, butt it. Leyline Seal, Apocalypse. Good timing, I believe, on the Apocalypse, as there was that upgrade from level 20, actually, so it is going to be Medivh cheats. I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought there was something different. Big red button comes out. So much damage to be used. Alexstrasza with the Lifebinder does come out and does have the level 20 upgrade, so it has this few ticks. I believe it actually has 3 ticks on it, so you can really kind of sustain your health in some of these moments, and it's going very well for gillyShark in a sense. We do have Gel finding Combo Trips, and meanwhile, Chest Leader is just dealing some decent damage into Gel on that Commandeer Odin. Zergy Monster with the Wraith Walk does have the not Neil Peasants, but the Ominous Wraith and the Royal Presence value, so that healing, excuse me, the damage reduction as well as the cooldown reduction from the Wraith Swing. Skeletal Swing, excuse me. Mid lane keep is being threatened by gillyShark, but look at this bottom lane on your mini-map. Look at that bottom left of the map. We are 21 minutes into the game. If gillyShark loses this team fight, that is going to be their core going down. This is seemingly an all-in moment from gillyShark, as the Entomb will not connect. Shrine activates in 30 seconds. What is our bottom lane actually looking like? The Catapult is going to be distracted by one of the structures, which buys more time for the gillySharks as Zergy Monster Wraith walks away, able to get that healing from the Circle of Alexstrasza. And this is actually really good for gillyShark right now. Wave will clear out the periodic consistent catapult pressure. And top lane objective is, oh, this is a little bit of a rough spot. Catapult pressure should win out consistently through bottom lane. Should. Catapults are slapping pretty hard. But the moment one of the gillySharks show in bottom lane, that is an all-in from the side of Spooky Boys. Spooky Booky. Ooh, big Durance of Hate onto the Diablo. Souls are available if Diablo does go down. Wraithwalk from Zergy Monster. Entomb is going to be available in 1 to 2 seconds. Do we see that popped for the kill onto Diablo? It's going to be right there. Protection by the way. Diablo going to try and make a play with the Apocalypse. Leyline Seal does come out a little too early on the Apocalypse Leyline Seal combo. Bottom lane is going towards core. Commandeer Odin does come out. Zergy Monster getting very low. Zergy should back off and Hearth to deal with the core, but it doesn't seem like gillyShark wants that. They are all in. Unfortunately, Medivh has the portal for the disengage, and this has bought a lot of time for these catapults to arrive to core. What are we seeing here? I know I'm focused on this, but this is a big deal. You cannot let these catapults just go. They will destroy and win the game for that team, as the objective phase is going to be worked on by gillyShark, and this is risky here. Look at the chunking onto that. Durance of Fate comes out once again onto this Diablo. Big red button will be there. Protection status from the Medivh. Core is starting to lose its health on the side of gillyShark. Big Leyline Seal with the Medivh cheats will connect onto everyone but Alex Straza. Stark still stepping forward. Core falling rapidly on the left-hand side. Leorc is going to Hearth way too late. There's no way gillyShark can get back from this. I don't think it'll be in time. The minion wave is actually working out pretty well. This Core on the side of gillyShark is getting so very low. Leorc is not able to Hearth away. This is another wave coming in, and the catapult was killed. Ragnaros goes down in the top lane. This is going to be 60 seconds on that Ragnaros. Gel trying to get some pressure on to the Alex Straza. Stark trying to make a play. Zergy has Hearth full to defend against the core, and with the Ragnaros dead, it's 4v4. Big Durance of Hate will go out onto 3 members onto the side of Spooky Booky Boys. Members of gillyShark will find a triple quad kill overall. Diablo had souls already back into this, and gillyShark now looking to take the objective phase and push in through top lane. This is now also going to be Zergy staying back and making sure this wave is not going to push in, nor is there a potential for the back door on the side of Spooky Booky Boys, as Stark is getting... There's a 1v1. Durance of Hate connects onto this Diablo. Diablo, keep in mind, does not have souls. This is also the upgrade on Durance of Hate, so it has that silence at the end of it. There's a lot of damage onto Diablo from Chest Looter already. Tychus Grenade goes out. We'll drop the Diablo down to half health. Seems like gillyShark are gonna go for core. Nothing on the bottom lane. Big red button. Durance of Hate. Everything used. Ragnaros pops the lava wave through mid lane. I'm curious as to why not top, but this is now Dragon Queen from Kaimo Tripson. We have just Zergy on core. Chest Looter dropping some big red buttons, and the core falls rapidly. gillyShark, in the end, will take game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. They'll take the series 2-0. GG, well played. Shove! Just wow, chat. What a back and forth. That game, I thought we were going to a game 3. I 200% thought we were going to a game 3 on that one. But that was a very good game number 2. Let's get the resubs out here. Thank you again. Trainwreck for the tier 1 for 12 months. And Iron Flare, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 8 months.
Subscribe.
All right, payouts there. Big payouts to the believers of gillyShark. I do believe it was like 420 versus 20. It was nothing crazy.
Subscribe.
Why, hello.
Why, hello. All right. Let me go ahead and jump into a lobby. Let me jump into a lobby right now, and I am joined by Stark, the quote-unquote 4th or 5th offlaner for gillyShark. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling after all of that?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. So I'm trying to buff up your audio just a wee bit. Unfortunately, I have you at 200%. So sorry to anyone who can't hear. I'll do my best to try and get his audio up a little bit further. But congratulations on your 2-0. Going in, let's talk about that core phase. Let's talk about that core phase right at the end of the game. What were the comms in gillyShark like when your core is falling below 50% and this fight's happening in top that could be the game-winning fight?
Well, we wanted to go clear because we remembered our game last week on Infernal Shrines with you casting, where we were in that spot and we lost the game. So we were like, we don't want to do this again. That was bad. So we went and looked, and it was 2 catapults at the time. We were like, okay, Sergey, you should probably go and tidy up. That looks like a bit of a mess. And he was like, yep, I agree with that. So we made the call At one stage, Zergy, you should try and leave once we have 20 skulls. And then at some stage, he managed to get out. I don't know when it was, because when you play that kind of Mephisto, it's a bit busy.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, Zergy left and cleaned it up, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I was a bit preoccupied that game. But yeah, Zergy left and did it.
It was a little monkasteer at a point. I want to talk about this, at a point.
Sure.
I do want to talk about it because there was a Cursed Hollow game, but there's actually more I want to talk about from this game. When the patch notes came out and you saw that Alexstrasza had a buff on her level 1 and Mephisto had a buff on his level 1 as well, did you see the opportunity for that level 4 and 13 synergy? Because I was talking about that on stream. Okay. Because that...
Yeah, so I can see in NGS chat, someone says it's Mephisto bugged, and I don't know if Mephisto is bugged, but what we did in this game, just to clarify, was something we've been practicing for probably about a year or maybe a year and a half. We were just waiting for it to be, like, pickable.
Yeah. So, yeah,
which
I mean...
You get the globes, which juices up the Mephisto level 4, which synergizes with the level 13. And then you just get as much trait CDR on Mephisto as you can.
Exactly. Like that's I was literally saying, I was just like, between Alexstrasza's level 1 and your 4 and 13, I don't believe your actual Lord of Hatred ever went off proc.
No, it didn't. Because you can kind of, the more globes you get, it keeps going. Like there was a time you probably saw where I had like Devil's Due Diablo worth of health bar, right? Where I'm like, I'm at 20%, but eventually I'll be full. I've got so many globes, like come on, hurry up.
Yeah.
But that still felt like how it's felt when we played this before.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's not bugged. I don't know.
I hope not. It was a really cool synergy, and I hope to see this from a lot more teams. I really love that synergy between the two. Like I realized it probably like at level 16. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's also different because you're drafting like Alex, sure, and then Mephisto. You see them both occasionally. Maybe not Alex, but yeah. It's interesting. I like it.
The last question I want to ask actually is you know, and maybe you can speak for Kaimo here. Does Alexstrasza feel more viable because of this, or do you think this is more of a synergistic pickup because of the Mephisto?
I'd say probably both.
Okay.
Let me find the patch notes.
She had like buffs overall, except for her 16, which was a 1 second duration reduction. So yeah, it was like 7 to 6 seconds of a buff.
I don't think the 16 nerf is that much of a problem because I've dabbled in Alex a lot as well, and you pick up the 16 to get 2 big circles.
Yeah,
and there's not like a 1 second frame. I think there might be the niche scenario where you drop 1 circle, and then you can drop another circle, and then you Cleansing Flame, and then by the time you land, your W cooldown's off again, and you get the 3rd one.
Oh, wow.
You might be able to do that. You might not be able to do that now.
Oh, because of the 1 second reduction. Yeah, I see.
Because of the 1 second. That might have been like the tipping point there. But otherwise, it's just buffs all around, so she's definitely better. I really love W build Alexstrasza. If ever I'm solo healing, I'll just happily be like, yeah, I'll just W build Alexstrasza. That's fine. Always. So I'll be picking her more.
Absolutely.
This team, so I'm never going to be playing her here.
Well, it was a really fun game to cast. It was a really great series. Before I let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shoutouts to Patches. Yeah.
Patches the Patches.
Everyone was just like, oh god, the patch is finally out. We were skimming Discords and finding like tidbits of patch notes here. There was someone in your stream chat earlier was like, oh, this patch, and we all like jumped to a different bit of the patch notes. We were all like reading through it, like speed running patch notes, and we were like, okay, this is what we want to try, because we saw a few things. We were like, okay, let's give this a go. What's the worst case? We lose and go to game 3, and hopefully don't lose that. But yeah, we gave it a go, so that was great. Shout out to Gilly. You've been busy for like a month, so we'll probably watch this in like July, but we'll get there. You're doing great. Shout out to the team. Thanks for letting me monk a steer from, hey guys, can we play this? Wait, I'm the drafter, we're gonna play this. To the end of that game. Because that was a ride. That game. I don't know. Shout out to you for casting. And yeah, That'll do it. I'm done. I'm out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Nah, I'll try not to kill you next week.
It's okay. Thank you. Well, thank you for the interview. Congratulations on the 2-0 victory, and you have a wonderful night, my friend.
Yep. See ya.
See you.